Good morning. I'm Mary Ann Williams, service leader for today. It is so good to be able to gather here to express freely our religious beliefs and customs. And it's so good to be here in this room calmly and quietly in the midst of this tumultuous weather system we've been in the midst of. I do know that there are maybe a couple of people who've experienced long power outages, and I'm just so glad those are almost over and we can come back together calmly to nurture our spirits. Unity is a worldwide spiritual movement, and Unity of Bloomington is a particular instance of that movement. Today, we join with all others who are dedicated to helping people to discover and express their divine potential through prayer, study, and practice. Whether you are with us in this room right now or viewing from remote online, we welcome everyone to this service. And all speaking together, we will say together our opening words of affirmation, which are, we are a heart-centered community seeking spiritual awakening and transformation by deepening our connections with God, self, and others. Let's sing this song together. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm.
To my protoplasm, and I spring forth with a mighty faith, because I am charged internally, and I do the things that ought to be done by me. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. If there's troubles or worries I face, I say, now let me out of them. And I spring forth with a mighty faith, and I'm life exuberantly, and I do the things that ought to be done by me. I step into the world to do the things that I want to do, not thinking about yesterday, because today is something perfect and new. When I put my heart in gear, it starts a wondrous chain reaction. Every fiber of my being knows the true meaning of satisfaction. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. It runs down from my head to my toes into my protoplasm, and I spring forth with a mighty faith, because I'm charged internally, and I do the things that ought to be done by me. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. If there's troubles or worries I face, I say, now let me out of them. And I spring forth with a mighty faith. I'm living life exuberantly, and I do the things that ought to be done by me. And I do the things that ought to be done by me. Do the things that ought to be done by me.
Please reach out and take a few moments to greet your neighbors. And when you hear the music again, come back to your seats.
Hello, neighbor. Hello, neighbor. comes pouring through. It works when I work it. These principles of truth. It works when I work it. My joy is multiplied. Everyone who asks receives, and every seeker finds. Everyone who asks receives, and every seeker finds. I know that I am ready to receive the many blessings pouring down on me, loving and releasing that little voice of doubt that says that I'm not good enough and I must do without, 'cause I know it works when I work it. My good comes pouring through. It works when I work it. These principles of truth. It works when I work it. My joy is multiplied. Everyone who asks receives, and every seeker finds. Everyone who asks receives, and every seeker finds.
We come again to our transitional affirmation. And so let's say it all together with enthusiasm. Unity of Bloomington is generating an abundant future in expansive alignment with Spirit. We lean deeply into true principles, live our faith, and trust the process. Our greatest desire is to be abundant and attract those who value spiritual growth, including our next right minister.
Reverend Robin is going to talk about faith today, and one of the positions of faith actually is to believe that we have what we need and claim that. So here is I claim a blessing.
In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing.
Before I even lift my head,
I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. This is how I start the day, knowing good is on the way. I am claiming perfect health, love and laughter, friends and wealth.
in the morning when I get out of bed,
I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing.
before I even lift my head,
I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing.
With conviction undeterred, power of the spoken word, take my life and redefine, break the shackles of my mind.
in the morning when I get out of bed,
I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing.
before I even lift my head,
I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I lift my heart to higher ground, knowing miracles are all around. Each day unfolds just as it should when I'm focusing on my good.
life is filled with opportunity. I wonder what good will happen for me.
Ooh. blessing. Ooh, I claim a blessing. Ooh, I claim a blessing.
How wonderful. I feel compelled to recall that Charles Fillmore really had a great interest in science and technology, and he used all the technologies available to him back in the day. In 1924, he and the Unity leaders bought a radio station and ran it for 10 years to broadcast the messages of unity. And we continue innovating today. Our speaker comes to us via a new strain of technology. She is an ordained Unity minister, passionate facilitator, inspirational speaker, and certified life coach. She helps congregants and clients to make fresh starts in all areas of their lives, and she is talented at helping seekers to apply spiritual principles to their real-life challenges. She has served as senior minister for churches in Ohio and Georgia, and is a frequent guest speaker for Unity churches, either in person or virtually, as will happen today. She teaches Unity classes and spiritual classes remotely and in person, and serves on the Board of Trustees for the Southeast Unity region. She and her husband live in the North Georgia mountains along with their dog, Abby. She enjoys digging in the dirt, camping in the woods, and reading a good book. Reverend Robin Volker, welcome to Unity of Bloomington.
Good morning, Unity of Bloomington. Thank you, Marianne, for that wonderful, warm welcome. And thank you for inviting me into your sanctuary and your home. I can actually see you on my computer screen. So hi, everyone. And hello to all of you that are watching us remotely. This morning, I want to talk about faith. And I want to ask you, what if you could have something that is free and accessible to anyone and everyone that will enable you to overcome any and every challenge, that would leapfrog you over every seeming handicap and obstacle, that comes with no cumbersome requirements for its use, and it's legal and readily available, has no negative side effects, and has the potential to solve all your problems, heal all dis-ease, and fix everything. Would you be interested in having some of this seeming magic potion? So today, the topic is faith, and it's a common topic, yet one that we cannot remember or work on enough. Have you ever said, if only I had more faith? If we wanted to build our physical muscles and increase physical endurance, we would develop a workout plan and follow that plan. Today, I share with you 5 points in your faith development plan. Establish a new belief. Be persistent in the face of the evidence. Focus your faith on the target. Take faith-filled action and anchor in faith community. To build our faith muscles, we have to get off the spiritual couch and exercise our faith. But often we don't do that. We put our faith on the back burner and wonder why it's not working for us. I think a big reason that we don't exercise our faith is because we get caught up in the appearance of things. We turn our attention outward toward the problem toward our fear, toward our concern, toward our disease. We find ourselves entangled in a web of appearances and externalities, and we surrender our power to the illusions that surround us. Perhaps you've been concentrating on the outer facts of your problems, fixing your attention on the impossibility of things working out. You may have been focusing your thoughts on the negative consequences that would logically result from the outer facts as you know them. Maybe you've mistakenly accepted the belief that the circumstances are impossible to change, and therefore those negative consequences are inevitable. But please, let me remind you, dear ones, that within you resides a profound reservoir of untamed faith ready for you to ignite it. Now, in Hebrews 11:1 is our best definition of faith. It tells us that faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Faith is the confidence and assurance about the things that we hope for. Faith is believing in what we can't see. But here's the challenge. Our physical world doesn't operate on faith, does it? What judge would allow unseen evidence to be introduced into a trial? Evidence means provable with our five senses. We believe facts are facts, and the only way to change them is to introduce more powerful facts into the outer situation. What happens in our conscious mind when we say, I want to have faith in the unseen presence of God? It sounds good. We're taught to do that. But what happens internally is a whole lifetime of belief and teachings in the physical evidence of the world stands up and screams at us, what do you mean? You've seen the x-rays. You've seen the bank statement. You know what life has been like in this relationship. And fear overtakes our faith. Like a wrestling match, our faith can't stand a chance against the onslaught of our mind's negativity. Perhaps you are depressed today. Perhaps you're discouraged. Perhaps the circumstances of life are such you can't figure out what to do next. And your mind keeps returning to the problem over and over again, even if you don't want to. Are you worried about some situation, about your health, about a loved one? What do we need to do to give our faith a chance? Beginning today, in this now moment, I want to encourage you to set aside the shackles of doubt and embrace new rays of hope. First, we must recognize the old belief system and begin to establish a new belief. That's the first step. Recognize this old belief system that we've been living under and begin to establish a new belief. One of my favorite authors, Wayne Dyer, wrote a lot about faith. He had a strong faith. He said, always affirm your faith, not your doubt. Always affirm your faith, not your doubt. When you affirm, that things might not work out, when you affirm that your troubles are going to continue or that your problem is insurmountable and that God hasn't been listening and that you're powerless in the midst of these struggles, you're affirming doubt rather than faith. The ability to know faith and affirm it allows you to manifest in your life. In Unity, we have this great tool called affirmations. I'm sure you know about them, studied them. In the Unity textbook, The Quest, the definition of affirmation is this: an affirmation is a tool which states the truth about a situation based on the omnipresence of God. Let me say that again. An affirmation is a tool which states the truth about a situation based on the omnipresence of God, not based on the physical facts, not based on what the world would tell you is true, but based on the unlimited possibilities of the omnipresence, omnipotence, omniscience of God. And the affirmation's primary purpose is to build within you a consciousness of the presence of God, therefore bringing your good. Good is God with an extra O, bringing your good into that very situation. The affirmation is spoken to convince your intellect and your emotions that God is that one presence and one power that we affirm is active in our lives. We don't affirm to change God or to change the circumstances, for that matter. We affirm to change our minds about how we see the situation. And when we shift, everything else shifts with us. The second point in our faith development plan is persistence. We must persist. We must stick with our affirmative plan. We can't quit on our faith. Keep working with your affirmations. Keep working your spiritual practice. Use your affirmations in your prayer and meditation time, but use them at other times as well. How many of you use your affirmations at other times besides just your spiritual practice time? Don't waste the moments of your life reverting back to your woes and your worries and your fears. Stay strong in your affirmations. When you brush your teeth, walk the dog, mow the grass, drive to work, take a shower, cook a meal, get dressed. Stay strong in your affirmations during all those moments when your mind will want to revert to the old programming. Last week, I was coming out of a grocery store and I saw a friend pull into the parking lot. I wanted to speak with her. So I waited, but she didn't get out of the car. And finally, I walked up to the window and got her attention. She opened her door and she said, "Oh, I was reading my affirmations for the day. They keep me on track." Anytime the mind is idle, bring it back with the work of your affirmations. When you're working with your affirmations, it's like cultivating a spiritual garden so that the seeds of your faith can grow. Picture with me a freshly plowed field. You have those in Indiana. I've seen them. And you can sow seeds. You get to choose. The ground doesn't care. It's going to give you back whatever you sow. The field is your mind. The power that grows those seeds is the field of the universal creative spirit. And the seeds are your thoughts. Faith thinking is sowing seeds of faith, and you will harvest those next week, next month, next summer. Don't be concerned about any fear seeds that you may have sown in the past. You know, some of my clients tell me, oh, but if this has been going on so long, I've been dealing with this since I was a little girl. I just can't get past it. Yes, you can. That was then. This is now. And when you overseed with faith seeds, the new growth that is planted in the strong soil of God's omnipotence will choke out those negative weeds that you have been planting and bring to you, grow for you a life of fulfillment and joy. The third thing to build our faith is to focus our faith on the target we want to change or heal or correct. You have to focus. Unity minister Richard Jafala said, faith is tricky. I love that. Faith is tricky. You must be sure it's pointed in the right direction, because where you put your faith is where you will manifest. Jesus made outrageous claims about faith, didn't he? He claimed that faith could move mountains. Did he really mean that? Maybe. Our problems certainly seem like mountains, don't they? What if you had a tool that could move your problem out of the way? That problem is faith. Let me share with you a story. This is happening right now in real time. Two elderly women who are friends of mine are at a crossroads in their separate lives. One woman does not understand the power of faith and affirmative thought, and she can see no solutions to her immediate problems. Therefore, she does nothing. She's frozen, immovable. The second woman is in even worse straits than the first, but she is a woman of firm faith. And as she affirms that right outcome is coming into her life, even though she can't see it yet, Spirit rushes in with the help of friends and family and previously unseen channels, and surprisingly, seemingly miraculous events are lining up to support her in her time of need. What makes the difference? Is one woman more deserving than the other? No, not at all. The difference is focused affirmative faith. Imagine that your faith is an arrow and you aim it at your problem. If you don't focus your faith, the arrow just drops to the ground. It won't accomplish anything. But when you keep your faith focused and stay strong and anchored in infinite possibilities that you might not be able to see, the target gets larger and larger and easier to hit. When Jesus taught about faith and healing, he didn't say, I have healed you. In Matthew 9:22, he said, your faith has made you well. Jesus claimed that faith was the power that could prosper us and fulfill our every need, from the smallest to the largest. He said, whatever you shall ask in prayer, believe that you will receive it, and you will. Let us commit to taking these passages seriously. Let's work with them. Let's make them work for us. Now let's talk about the relationship of faith and action in our lives. When we look through the lens of faith, seeming setbacks are not failures, but valuable lessons that contribute to our journey. We recognize that true growth lies not in avoiding difficulties, but in embracing them with a courageous heart and an unwavering belief in our ability to overcome. In the realm of the spiritual, our focused faith becomes a powerful tool of manifestation. And through the convergence of intention and faith and action, we unleash the creative forces of the universe. We understand that the power to change and heal and grow resides within us. And it is with every prayer, every affirmation, and every reflective meditation that we align ourselves with the divine flow of God's goodness in our lives. There's a divine dance between faith and action. As you envision the life that you want to live, let faith be the compass that guides your steps. And allow practical, positive action to be the vessel that carries you forward. Faith alone is not enough. It must be complemented by practical action. So I encourage you, with whatever you're facing in your life, to take the next step. The step you can see today, however small it might be, and let that be a catalyst for a chain reaction of progress. Remember, faith and action are not adversaries, but they're allies, and they work hand in hand. Faith gives your aspirations wings, while action grounds them into reality. And the delicate balance between the two, that's what manifests miracles. Finally, let's talk about the importance of connection to a faith-based community. In this tapestry we call life, we're interconnected. We're interconnected beings, and we're seeking meaning and purpose. And within this vast tapestry, the power of community is what weaves us together. It weaves its way through our lives, and that fans the flame of faith within us. When we find ourselves surrounded by like-minded thinkers, individuals who share our aspirations, beliefs, and values, a magnificent synergy takes shape, empowering us to embark with profound courage into the unknown parts of our journey. In the sanctuary of a like-minded community, we discover a refuge where our faith is nurtured and fortified. And together, we create a space of shared understanding, acceptance, and support. It's in the presence of kindred spirits that our doubts are alleviated and our hearts find solace. So don't underestimate the power of faith-filled community. In the warmth of community, our faith is strengthened through sharing our experiences, strength, and hope. We witness others' transformations. We celebrate their triumphs. We mourn their sorrows. And these opportunities for spiritual growth become our beacons of hope. We draw courage from each other. We find strength we didn't know we had. So let us cherish and celebrate the power of community. Come home to this sacred space. Join hands and hearts and commit to cultivating a fertile ground so others can find their way to Unity of Bloomington, a community of faith, love, and unity. Let us take time for reflection and meditation.
As you believe, you will receive. As you believe, you will receive. As you believe, as you believe, you will receive. As you believe, you will receive. As you believe, as you believe.
Find that comfortable place where you can sit with me for a few minutes. I invite you to close your eyes and just allow the sound of my voice to take you away. Find your natural breath within your body and allow yourself to relax. Let go of any tension or distraction. As you notice the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body, allow each breath to come naturally, not forcing or trying to change it. Now bring your attention to your heart center, that space in the middle of your chest. And visualize a soft, warm light emanating from this area, and it symbolizes your faith. Feel this light expanding with each breath, spreading through your entire body. Imagine with me that you are standing in a serene and peaceful place. And that there is a path before you that represents your faith path. As you walk down this beautiful path with lovely landscape, you come across a series of doors. And these doors symbolize the different aspects of your faith. There's a door for new beliefs, a door for persistence, a door for focus, a door for action, and a door for community. You have access to all these doors. But for this now moment, pick just one. The one that speaks to you today, and walk through that door into the space that brings the essence of that chosen aspect of faith. As you step inside, take a moment to absorb your surroundings and allow yourself to fully connect with this aspect of your faith. We'll pause here for a few breaths of silence as you take in this aspect of faith. Now bring your attention back to your heart center and to that warm light of faith that resides within you. Allow the light of your faith to merge with the energy in the space that you are in. This deepens your connection to this aspect of faith. Feel the presence of something greater than yourself surrounding you. Take a few breaths to reflect on how you can take this aspect of faith with you. Take it with you today. Back out onto the path of your faith journey.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Choose today to live with an attitude of expectancy. Go ahead and get your hopes up. For this week ahead, establish a new belief. Turn away from those negative thoughts that you may have. Be persistent despite the evidence of the facts around you. Focus your faith on the target. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Take faith-filled action and anchor your faith in community. Thank you so much for allowing me to spend this Sunday morning with you. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Namaste.
We give our enthusiastic thanks to Reverend Robin Volker for this engaging and inspiring message. It's been a privilege to learn from her, and we so appreciate her talk. We also give thanks for the abundance that we already have, and we affirm the abundance that is coming to us in the future. As the greeters come forward to collect the offering, we also invite our online community to contribute via text or online at our website. So let's join together in our abundance affirmation, then receive our morning offerings. I am an abundant being in an abundant universe. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
Nothing can shake this immovable peace, this immovable peace within me. Nothing can shake this immovable peace, this immovable peace within me. Nothing can shake this immovable peace, this immovable peace within me. Nothing can shake this immovable peace, this immovable peace within me. Deep in my heart, deep in my soul, I know I'm safe, I am whole. Deeply I breathe, freely release, sharing with everyone this peace. Nothing can shake this immovable peace, this immovable peace within me. Nothing can shake this immovable peace, this immovable peace within me. Deep in my heart, deep in my soul, I know I'm safe, I am whole. Deeply I breathe, freely release, sharing with everyone this peace. Nothing can shake this immovable peace, this immovable peace within me. Nothing can shake this immovable peace, this immovable peace within me.
In gratitude for this offering, let us say together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I'm grateful. We have a few announcements this morning. Next Sunday, July 2nd, 9th, at noon, we will have Newcomers Connect. This is a gathering for newer members or newcomers, visitors here to Unity of Bloomington, where we'll present a few ideas about Bloomington, Unity of Bloomington, and you'll have a chance to shake hands and get to know some other new visitors. Next, on Monday, July 10, there's a board meeting at 5:30 right here at Unity, and you are most welcome to attend, bringing your ideas and thoughts. And that goes on till about 7. On July 16, there'll be a community, Sunday, July 16, there'll be a community meeting after the service where we can meet together, greet together, the board will be present, talk together about the transition. On July 16, also, there's a social event 2 p.m. at the Metz Carillon over on campus. An opportunity to get together, have some fun together, family friendly, and hear beautiful carillon concerts. More details are coming. July 9th will be Kim Ballou as speaker. That's next Sunday. She'll speak and be our guest musician. On July 16, our very own Pei Lin Chu will speak to us, A Circle Back to Unity. On July 23rd, Unity Minister Reverend Paul Hasselbeck will address us via Zoom. Title of his talk is Unity is Not Cotton Candy. On July 30th, we'll have special guests from faraway India. They are Tibetan monks. The Tashi Keel monks will be here in our room, 8 of them, presenting some of their ritual and thoughts. And finally, if you would like for the snack program to continue, we do need some people to sign up for snacks on the table in the back. So let's stand and say together our prayer for protection, which says, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Marianne, I have one other thing before you get into that. It took some doing to integrate the Zoom into the presentation, so I just want to give a shout out to Marianne, to Seb, and to Andy for all the work that they did to make this work so seamlessly.
Yes, that's very sweet of Dave as she provided an unbelievable process consultation, really helped us a lot. So let us join hands and sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.